Edward Anderson, just shooting the shit real quick. You know, shout out to the Future Replay gang. I actually got to upload. I want to upload talking about some of the new stuff with Corey Holcomb, amongst other things too. But one thing I want to put out here is just to kind of throw it out here. More stuff is going to be talked about it down the road. But Compassion Callous wants to do a billboard later in the year for the election. And it's not gonna be just something to do a billboard just to say we did one. There's actually gonna be a purpose behind it to actually funnel some real stuff. So just keep in mind that's something that's gonna be talked about down the road. I know we're pretty much at the end of January. It's crazy. We're at the end of January already, and it seems like a lot of stuff has happened, from geopolitics to TikTok being fully took over. I know people were asking me what did I think about, the American version of TikTok and TikTok being took over. I actually shared a video in the community tab that really speaks very well of that and goes into stuff you're not really hearing about. And that dude does a really good job, and he's actually a really big channel as far as you want to get like the real on what's going on different stuff. This that actually doesn't cross streams with like the stuff BGS does or Professor Von Truth does. So but just but keep that in mind with that billboard thing, because that'd be something like he's going on other platforms, BGS, Dr. T, mine, and I told him I would kind of set it up, so I'll be doing some stuff behind it, what could be done, giving y'all ideas around it, and whatever you can give is what you can give. He ideally wants to do it in a bigger market. The bigger market, the better, but we'll see. As far as the TikTok thing, my thing is, I use TikTok, but I don't use TikTok like that. I'm primarily on YouTube. I do use TikTok for business purposes, though. But honestly, the way I use TikTok, it doesn't matter if I don't get in a creator program. It doesn't matter because that's not what I use TikTok for. I just use TikTok as another place to reach the market. That being said, a lot of people are paying attention to the terms and service, which is definitely good, especially in an election year. And that video talks about that. But honestly, it is what it is. If you don't like a lot of people have this thing about, they don't know what to do without social media, or these websites. So in the end, they're like, please do better by me, because I don't know what to do if you just keep doing I don't like what you're doing, but I'm not going to leave the platform. And it's kind of like, if they know you're going to use it, it's kind of like a what you're going to do about it kind of thing. Larry Ellison is one of the richest, literally like in the top 10, if not top 8 richest people in the world, and so with Oracle. And so a lot of these people, they already, are making it so you can't really search Jeffrey Epstein and stuff. Which, like I said, is one of the main reasons they wanted TikTok here anyway, so they could censor it. And, so, if you're going to keep using it, you're going to keep using it. And I make sure, I wanted to put a bigger footprint on TikTok. I'm probably going to just, get behind Compassion Callous when it comes to that. Or I think if we build up the Discord, we can always build up a platform relatively quickly. So I'd rather do that than putting all this effort into trying to build up a EA Speaks version of it. Because a lot of motherfuckers on TikTok has too much Clubhouse tendencies too, where people be just saying shit with no information and no this, no that. Like I see way too many lives of niggas hanging around bitches. I hate that them niggas that they just want to be around hoes, and then because they want to be around hoes, like the bitches, the females are hosting a fucking the live, and then big niggas just want to be on the live to be around, and they get their opinion, but they not saying shit. And so what happens is the agreeable niggas tend to be either niggas that are pandering to women or Negroes that are just dumb as fuck, or they're ignorant as hell, meaning they don't know shit. And I'm not even just talking about the younger people. but you tend to see it more with the younger folks. That they don't know shit. And remember, we didn't all go through the same education system. They took a lot of bullshit that millennials went through. They took a lot of that bullshit out, and because a lot of these dudes ain't touched grass on top of that, motherfuckers say millennials are like that, but millennials are really not as bad. I don't know what it is about every fucking generation having something to say about millennials, like for real. But I personally think we're pretty much the only generation that's gonna be able to fix this shit. The Xers don't have enough numbers. No matter how much how much masculinity they think they got, they don't have the voting numbers. They just don't. And the boomers haven't given them anything, so why would they start now? And the Z's really don't know shit because they haven't been able to get their life started for real. What do you mean? First of all, I don't like when niggas call me quote unquote Eddie, because that sounds like you're low key trolling. Second of all, secondly, as far as take YouTube seriously, I mean, again, man, I'm not trying to get a bag off YouTube. I'm not trying to get a bag off YouTube. So it is what it is. It is what it is. As far as TikTok's waste of time just because you get banned, I mean, there's a way to put information out on TikTok so you don't get banned. There's red pill people that are still doing it and not get banned, and you can get banned on YouTube. Truth be told, you can get banned on YouTube as well. I don't know why y'all act like it's impossible to get banned. It's easier to get banned on TikTok. But there's a lot of first of all, TikTok is a great resource as far as reacting to videos for what we do. So TikTok has its uses, and there are a lot of people on it. I mean, the thing about it is everybody's got something to say about millennials. And I knew it was crazy when Z's were talking about it. Because when Z started, millennials are this. When it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. You all are basically repeating what your parent generation said, because your parent generation are too bitch made. And I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Especially people that want to identify as millennials, identify as Xers. Let's keep it all the way 100. The X, as much as the Xer generation tries to talk shit, the Xer generation has always been under the fucking heel and thumb and foot. Their neck has always been under the foot of the boomers. And so what happens is, what they really want to say to the boomers, we end up catching hell for. We end up getting the smoke for. Like, why are you giving us the smoke where really the motherfuckers that fucked y'all over with the boomers? Really, it was the boomers and the silent generation. Your parent generation fucked you over. Because truth be told, the boomers aren't the Xers' parent generation. It's really the silent generation. Trump is like a first-year boomer, last-year silent generation dude. That's who had y'all outside. That's who raised y'all. And then, they try to reinforce that shit with ultra hyper toughness. And there's some virtue to that. But this thing where they gotta talk about millennials and this, but nah, really, that's y'all really being mad at boomers. But because boomers have been catered to from the womb to the tomb, literally more than any other group. A big fucking reason why we're where we are in this debt is boomers. It ain't got nothing to do with millennials. That's the boomers that did that shit. But because the Xers, so when I hear that shit, and obviously we're talking about a whole generation, but it's like they never got nothing to say about boomers. They always got something to say about millennials. And it's like, millennials are at a certain age now where it's kind of like, look, I'm pretty confident we can get the Z's on board, because the Z's ain't got nothing to lose, and the Xers ain't got no answers but tough that shit out. That's the only thing the Xers know how to say, and that ain't no answer. That's the opposite. See, the problem is that's eerily similar to boomers. How boomers talk. That just tough it out shit. It's just from two different vectors. One is from, and Trump said something on the Davos forum talking about, we can easily fix the housing crisis bill, fuck up people that already got homes. Fuck that. These homes are never supposed to be overvalued like that. Homes are never supposed to be overvalued like that. And see, now it's a real problem because white people can't get their life started. And people be like, oh, well, if the boomers die, the banks are still going to hold these homes. They're still going to want to try to get these, because here's the thing, it ain't like these homes are paid, a lot of these homes are paid off. And if they are paid off, then it ain't on the bank. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? A house was never meant to be that, not to that extent. Not to the point where motherfuckers can't even get there. And that's why it's not that. What I personally think is, it's a lot of, talk about it's 1% of institutional investors that own 1% of the housing stock. Bullshit. Bullshit. Nigga, I live in ground zero. Other than California, in New York, where I'm at is one of the ground zeros for that. One of the ground zeros, yo. They do. A lot of people feel I feel sorry for Gen X because I know how fucked Gen X got. Gen X got like the real tail end of the stick. They did. But at the same time, you're right, Phantom. Gen X talks a lot of shit. They really do. Whether it's white people and being extra hella racist, they do. They have an insecurity complex. And no matter how much they try to hide behind that King Kong shit, you see it. I don't give a fuck how successful a lot of extras are. You see it. You see it. And I'm not saying millennials are perfect. I'm not saying that at all. But this thing where everybody acts like when millennials weren't there, everything would be great. That's kind of what they're implying. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Hold on, I'll be back. But yeah, it's interesting. This has been a interesting first month, man. It has. And with the Corey Holcomb shit, that shit has been I'm about to end it in a second, but that shit has been upgraded. Like, man, cause not even it's really beyond Anton now. Truth be told is Anton, the problem, because now you got King and Martin talking shit about Anton because they don't like what he said about Kwame. Anton better watch his mouth. See, what Anton thinking is he just gonna fuck with black people and not get fucked with. But it's like, what you don't understand, my nigga, is, your daughter has to be like, people are gonna pay for the stupid shit you do. And at the end of the day, if you two fucked your shit up, like, yeah, I know he doing some real estate, some shit, but understand, Anton got, again, like, the problem is now you doing more than Fresh and Fit, because now you got sports people that don't even talk about this shit on your ass. Your wife ain't gonna protect you, nigga. Like the thing is, he think he got shields. And yeah, that's cool with regular people, but when you not dealing with regular people like a nigga like Kwame Brown or stuff like that, you look hella small. And I said, it's gonna look stupid as fuck if Mika end up on the 5150 show. That's gonna make your ass look dumb as hell. But like I said, going back to that passport bro shit, man, that shit was funny as hell. Cause I'm like, nigga, you straight tricking. You tricking like the Christian trick, man. Nick, like, I'm sorry, man. Niggas be like, you cheating the game. Fuck that shit, man. You're not about to be living with Christ and then using that as a weapon and a shield and then you out here tricking. Fuck that shit. You talk about passport bros, there's something wrong with these niggas when you doing the same shit. That's the shit that kills me, man. You doing the same shit. You just doing it domestic because you willing to spend that kind of... First of all, let's keep it real. If you marry, it's harder to do that. Because, nigga, what you looking like going overseas all the time and you got a wife? Do you really believe that Anton would not be going overseas if Anton would have made... Man, do you really believe Anton wouldn't be going overseas? Anton may not be doing the same thing a lot of goofy niggas that be traveling be doing, but do you really believe Anton would not be going overseas if he wasn't married and didn't have a daughter? That nigga is anchored here. That would look goofy as hell. He has no reason to go overseas. So he can't do that. So he gotta do what a lot of niggas do. And a lot of married niggas, they do that shit domestically. Did you hear that Hafeez is trying to bring back a new version of Roommates because he flamed out his own and is broke? I mean, I would have tried to restart the Roommates up, but the problem is with Hafeez is Hafeez is not an entertaining dude. And here's the problem. I mean, I don't blame him for trying, but here's the problem. Hafeez is not an entertaining dude. Hafeez is fake as fuck. The market has changed now. You got people like Anton. There's better people. You got people like Anton. A lot of these people that the Roommates got in front of have like beyond their own platforms now. I don't know if that's gonna... I mean, what are you gonna say? Like, what are you really gonna say? Also, that Tether shit is way more bigger than what it used to be. So it's like people are already gonna kind of hate on him because he's Nigerian. So it's like, the fuck you doing? Like, it's a lot of people that do their shtick now. It's other people that you get that from. What are you getting from? Well, we get great interviews. Well, okay. Okay. But you can get interviews anywhere. And so, and the thing is, like, it's a different game now. Why are people, it's not novel anymore. But hey, I can see why he would try, but yeah, he fucked up. He tried to get, I mean, you know, Hafeez is like the Ja Rule of the industry. I mean, I ain't saying she gonna choose up, but you know, I ain't trying to call her no gold digger, but the reality is, you know, when you deal with that social climate shit, you kind of got to make your bet where you make it. And when you make your bet on somebody, you start jumping, you only get a couple of times to really jump before people going to peep that and start extracting shit from you up front. So, I should get this shit. Damn, I'm sorry. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be an interesting year. But yeah, man, nigga, it's like you fucking with niggas. You not fucking with YouTube, man. You fucking with real famous dudes. And at the end of the day, man, people gonna look at you from a different vector. So, you know, you come up here, you think like you would know. Like Kevin Martin had to tell him, like, you a nobody. He is. It's like, nigga, you got a YouTube channel. Like, niggas be thinking they really that nigga because they got a big YouTube channel. It's kind of like, dude, everybody's starting to pull up your old shit and see, like, nigga, you was talking completely different, man. Completely different. And so that looked phony as hell. He keep fucking around, he gonna go out like Hafeez. The difference between Anton and Hafeez is, even if Anton is not really, you know, the most charismatic person, Anton knows how to put shit around him that that gives this aura. This is where the shit is popping. Myron is the same way. Myron ain't no charismatic. And because this is where stuff is popping, when you can create a certain thing where like what's popping is over here, then people will want to show up. And Myron, that's the lesson really one should learn from Myron and Anton. You could be a nigga that don't really got shit for real, but because shit seems like it's popping around you, you know, people will still show up. That should tell you a lot if you can get the momentum built up. I did see Corey Holcomb's show last night, and apparently that I told, look, man, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I fucking told y'all. Now, it remains to be seen with the female situation, but I fucking told y'all that shit was fucked up, was doctored. I knew that shit was doctored. I knew that shit was doctored to a certain extent, because I'm like, why are you gonna stop at the point of impact? That way nobody else has nowhere to think. They just thinking about the hit. And I hope he sues TMZ. I'll get all that money. Because, see, the issue, you don't really see TMZ in lawsuits, but here's the problem. The problem is that was already litigated in court. That was already litigated in court. So because it was already litigated in court, people are sitting there and talking like this is an emergent thing and not saying it was litigated in court. If it's already been litigated, this isn't a new thing. And so with Tasha K and TMZ, mainly TMZ, it's like you all are speaking as if you all are purposely not mentioning what happened in the court case. That happened last year, apparently. And as you can see, you didn't hear about Corey being charged or being convicted or anything, even with the civil. Well, the problem is Anton trying to pull rank on people that's for real famous. Not no just, and Anton, yeah, Anton got 1 million subs, but 1 million subs only go so far, man. iShowSpeed got, you want to know what it takes for you to sit by somebody like a Patrick Mahomes? iShowSpeed had like I think 30, I think 40 million subs at that point. 40 times what Anton has. 1 million subs don't get you there. That gets you really high up on the YouTube chain. That gets you, but that doesn't get you there. And truth be told, Anton has a ceiling. Yeah, they are usually good about avoiding lawsuits, but the reality is, I think they fucked up, because you sitting here putting something out like that when you had the information already. It's gonna be hard to dodge the intent of defamation. Yeah, what's up, Lamar? It's gonna be hard to dodge that. Oh, we're just a gossip thing. Nah, no, y'all not like that. And just because you a gossip thing don't mean you can't have impact on people's shit. So, yeah. Anton trying to bow out, but the problem is Corey ain't done with him, man. And see, truth be told, Glennon ain't even done with Anton. So he's making the same mistake Tommy made, where you're making people that's either known or people that's got money mad at you. And I told you about them exes, man. Them exes are very vengeful people, man. They hold grudges for a long time. That's the same mistake Tommy made, doing that dumb shit. Like, you gonna write too many checks that your mouth can't cash, man. But anyway, y'all, let me go, man. I appreciate it. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.